The royal family, including Prince Andrew, have made their way to Balmoral to close out the summer. Plus, Meghan and Harry are traveling overseas. And will Suits return? And the Crown executive producers discuss how they are handling Princess Diana's death. We've got that plus so much more on today's Royally Us. Hello to our fellow royal lovers and welcome to Royally Us. I'm Christina, that's Christine. It's nice to be back, Christine. I had a little bit of a hiatus last week, but it's good to see you.
It's good to see you. We have so much to catch up on. There's a lot to get into this week.
Definitely. But before we do that, we had to see what you guys had to say about last week's show, which was dedicated to Princess Kate. One user said, have to agree with the description of Princess Catherine being a poised power. Definitely. And then Mom Guard says, well-respected princess, a true epitome of a future queen. And another user said, thank you for finally covering this lovely Lady Catherine, Princess of Wales. It's about time. Love Loose Cannon Louis, too. We love a Loose Cannon Louis.
Yes. So such a fun name for him.
I love it. All right, well, let's get into our royal roundup. And, things are quieting down. It's the end of the summer. So, everybody's taking a little bit of time at Balmoral. And on Sunday, the Prince and Princess of Wales and the Duke of York, who, of course, is no longer a working royal due to his association with Jeffrey Epstein, they drove together to Balmoral, near Balmoral Castle. And they're going to be staying there, as we close out the summer. Now, this is the first summer that they will stay at Balmoral with King Charles and Queen Camilla, as we know that this was a tradition that Queen Elizabeth did for quite some time. So it's nice that they're keeping the tradition alive.
Yeah, this has become an annual trip for the extended royal family. We know the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh were there as well. Going up to Balmoral on this August bank holiday weekend, which is a long weekend at the end of August. There's lots of family activities. They go to church together. There's usually some sort of country sports planned for the weekend. And so it is really nice that they've continued this tradition. We saw several photos of the late Queen with all of her great-grandchildren from this event every year. So maybe we'll see a new tradition. I don't know. Maybe we'll see, King Charles with all the children as well. I don't know if it'll be as cute as the photos with Queen Elizabeth II. But maybe it's time for some new traditions.
Definitely. I really hope that they keep that tradition alive, though. It's something that we look when they do, if they do release the photos, it's something that we really look forward to seeing. So hopefully they do that. And it's nice that they're all going to be there together as a family. All right, so Meghan Markle is making a rare trip to Europe next month to join Prince Harry in Germany at the Invictus Games. So they released a statement saying the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are delighted to attend the Invictus Games 2023 in Dusseldorf. They added that the Duke will be in attendance throughout the entirety of the games and will be joined by the Duchess shortly after the games begin. So Harry is also set to attend the Well Child Awards on September 7th as part of his 15-year tenure as the patron of the charitable association that has been transforming the lives of children and young people across the UK since 2003. So as we know, this organization prioritizes the physical, mental, and emotional well-being of these individuals and their families. So he added in a statement saying the courage and strength embodied by these young people and the tireless devotion of those who support them never cease to inspire me. He says, I'm honored to attend this year's awards ceremony and celebrate their incredible work. Now, not sure if Meghan will be attending the Well Child Awards as well. Doesn't really seem so, but it's nice that she will be making the trip to Germany for the Invictus Games.
Yeah, it's really interesting because this itinerary is really similar to what they had last year. Prince Harry attended the Well Child Awards, and then Meghan and Harry were at the Invictus Games, and that was why they were so close by when Queen Elizabeth II did die. And so this must be a hugely emotional trip for them, not just this huge, flight without their children to Europe, these really emotional causes that are so close to Harry's heart, but also just, repeating this same itinerary that happened during such a tragic time last year. I imagine this is going to be special, emotional, just all over the place. So I think Meghan will probably be there to support Harry throughout, but we probably won't see her very often.
Yeah, I don't think so. They won't be making the trip to Balmoral. Let's just say that. All right. Well, King Charles and Queen Camilla will be saying bonjour to France. Buckingham Palace announced that they are scheduled to make a state visit to the country in September, 6 months after they originally planned to visit France on the first overseas tour of the King's reign. So they will visit Paris and Bordeaux for 3 days from September 20th to September 22nd. II in order to celebrate the shared history, culture, and values between the UK and France. So they have, the royals' plans have not been made public yet, but the release noted that the trip marked Charles's 35th official visit to France and Camilla's 9th. So very exciting that they will be making their way back to France. We always love a good fashion moment, so I'm sure we'll get them.
Yeah, I think this is expected to be quite a glamorous visit. You know, some official state visits, they're sort of planting trees or walking through the countryside. This one is expected to be quite glamorous, maybe some tiara moments to look forward to. So that's exciting for us. I know we all love a good tiara moment.
Love a good tiara moment. All right, well, moving on to the Duchess of York. We talk about this every single time she puts out a podcast. We love these little tidbits. And this was really fun because she reflected on the theme belief in the latest episode of her podcast. And she brought up the faith she felt when she married Prince Andrew back in 1986. So the couple went on to welcome, of course, their daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, but they divorced in 1996 after a decade of marriage. She said in 1986, the nation stopped and took a holiday on July 23rd for the farmer's daughters going up the aisle with an extraordinary tiara given by Her Majesty. And it's an extraordinary story of Cinderella. I wasn't exactly milking the cows on the farm. It was a very lovely life I had, but my father still farmed. Up I went, up Westminster Abbey, and there at the end was the handsome prince with his full naval uniform, and the nation stopped. Westminster Abbey was just abuzz with belief, and she fondly recalled like the fairy tale feeling that she had on her wedding day, saying it was one of those moments. I was watching Cinderella with the girls the other day. Ella enchanted. I did that. I had that moment, and Dad was at the bottom. I mean, I couldn't even imagine what that must feel like. I mean, it is. It's a Cinderella moment.
It's such an interesting story. You know, their love story didn't sort of go the fairy tale way. They did divorce, and everything that's happened over the last several years with Prince Andrew has unraveled the way that it has. But, you know, the Duchess of York, she seems so happy and upbeat. I really think she has such a positive outlook on life after everything that she sort of had to endure and live with and live through, that this is just a sweet story of, like, you know, reflecting on her own fairy tale moment.
Definitely. All right, well, it's time to spill some royal tea, and it was the mother of all meetups when Kris Jenner and Daria Ragland were spotted hanging out at a charity gala on August 26th. The women attended the This Is About Humanity Gala, which raises awareness of and assists families of children who are separated at the U.S.-Mexico border. So this all happened in Los Angeles. While Meghan Markle was not in attendance, her mom was there alongside Kim Kardashian and, you know, and Kris Jenner, like I said, who was there with her boyfriend Corey Gamble. So it seems like it was a who's who of A-list moms.
Yeah, this is such an interesting photo because the three of them all look like they're dressed for a different event.
Yes.
But I think that, you know, I really think about Daria more often than you'd think, and I just wonder, she must feel so surreal about the way that her life has sort of played out. But I bet, you know, she did so much work in her community, supporting others, even before Meghan was the Duchess of Sussex. Right. So I bet having the opportunity to work with these organizations is probably really special.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that always has done good work. I wonder if she was starstruck by Kris or Kris was starstruck by her. Who knows? All right. Well, I'm sure a lot of people have been binging Suits on Netflix, and with the revitalized popularity, a lot of people are wondering, could there be another series? Could there be a reboot? Well, series creator Aaron Korsh has the answer. He said, let me say right off, there is no Suits reboot or anything in the works. He added this via Twitter, but added that the idea wasn't impossible. He said strike would have to end, some network or streamer would have to reach out, and then we would have to collectively want to, which is no small thing. He later clarified that he was approached by a network to create a new season after the ongoing WGA and SAG-AFTRA strike comes to an end. He said he would consider the opportunity, but wouldn't make it a creative priority. So, like we said, it's been on Netflix. A lot of people are binging it. A lot of people are falling in love with it. So, but I don't know if Meghan would come back to Suits.
No, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think she's going to reprise her role. It's such an interesting. You know, there's so many reboots and sort of, you know, series that then do a movie afterwards, then do 3 movies afterwards. Yeah. That it's, you know, it's so common, but I can't see Meghan stepping back into that role after everything that's happened in the last few years. I think it will be a Suits without Rachel. That's
I think so. A Suits without Rachel. All right. Well, something that we'll be able to binge in a few months on Netflix is The Crown. So the executive producers Andy Harris and Suzanne Mackey spoke at the Edinburgh TV Festival about how Netflix and Left Bank Pictures approached the tragic event of Princess Diana's death, which will be portrayed in the 6th and final season of The Crown. They said the show might be big and noisy, but we're not thoughtful, but we're not. We're thoughtful people. They said we're sensitive people. There were very careful, long conversations about how we were going to do it. They said the audience will judge it in the end, but I think it's been delicately, thoughtfully recreated. She added that the actress Elizabeth Debicki was so thoughtful and considerate. She loved Diana. There's a huge amount of respect from us all. I hope that's evident. I mean, this is going to be a big undertaking, and you have to, like they said, you have to do this very delicately and very thoughtfully, and it seems like a lot of thought has been put into it so far.
Definitely, and there's a lot of people being thoughtful. It's the producers, it's the writers, it's the actors themselves, it's, you know, whoever edits it in post-production. There's so much thought going into this. However, I think no matter what they do, there's going to be criticism. You know, they can be as careful and as thoughtful as they want. I think they're probably still preparing themselves for a lot of critique.
I think so too. No matter, like you said, no matter how you handle it, people are always going to have something to say, as we know. Well, speaking of Princess Diana, let's move on to our history moment of the week. She continues to reign as a fashion icon, and a gown that exemplified her exceptional style will soon be available for sale. Sotheby's announced that a black and white strapless Murray Arbade gown that the late Princess of Wales wore twice in 1985 will be included in its inaugural Fashion Icons auction, which is opening this week. So Princess Diana first wore the style to the Midsummer Night's Ball held in honor of Prince Edward's 21st birthday at Windsor Castle, and was ever gracious when she met another guest in the same outfit. I love that. According to Vogue, partygoer Natasha Fairweather also wore the same dress, and I'm sure that they had a nice laugh about that. But yes, I love that, you know, a lot of these timeless dresses are always up for auction, and hopefully they're going to the right place.
Absolutely. You know, they tend to be sort of the money's going towards charity, or it's going towards preservation and conservation. So it sort of lives on. You know, there's a second life in these dresses. They're not just living, you know, gathering dust in a box. They're sort of living a second life.
Definitely. All right, before we wrap things up, let's check in on our pint-sized palace. And I love this because Prince William and his daughter, Princess Charlotte, sent an adorable video to the Lionesses ahead of their World Cup game. So take a quick look.
Lionesses, want to send you a huge good luck for tomorrow. We're sorry we can't be there in person, but we're so proud of everything you've achieved and the millions you've inspired here and around the world. So go out there tomorrow and really enjoy yourselves.
Good luck, Lionesses.
Unfortunately, their well wishes didn't earn them a victory because they lost to Spain 1-0. But it's always fun to see Princess Charlotte, you know, show off her love for soccer or football. But it seems like that's definitely something that she and Prince William bond over.
I know. We know all the children in the Wales household are quite sporty, quite active, but I think for Charlotte to have something special to bond with her dad, you know, sport being one of those things that, you know, Williams always loves a football game. This was really sweet, and everyone loves seeing the children. It's always so nice to see them.
Give us more, give us more. All right, well, that is it for this week's episode of Royally Us. Christine, thank you so much as always, and everybody, please keep commenting, keep subscribing, and we'll see you guys next week. For more news, content, and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below, and visit usmagazine.com.